Marvels. So, this is going to be, for the most part, spoiler free. There may be certain stuff that I'm going to sit there and talk about, but I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. All in all, I love the movie. Okay? I love the movie. Um, the story was good, the action was good. There was one part in there that I could have did without. Um, let's just sit there and say this part reminds you that the mouse is in charge. Okay, that's all I'm gonna sit there and say. Um, yeah, all in all, it was good. There's a part I'm not gonna lie that kind of bugs the shit out of me. Okay, you got these three damn near powerhouses fighting this one character, and her powers aren't even super crazy, but it's like they're having the hardest time trying to fight this woman, and I'm just like, really? I feel like either one of them, like if it was a one-on-one fight, okay, fine. But three of them, I, let's just sit there and say I had problems with that particular scene. It was a good fight scene, but it was like, okay. Now, I would definitely sit there and say, stay for the credits, stay for the after credits, because, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, granted, I've seen a lot of, ending credits, but this one, let's just put it this way: I didn't see this shit coming. Okay? I did not see this coming. It is one of those endings where it was like it was so crazy that it's like they need to make a part three. Like like it's not an option. You can't leave this movie unfinished. You need to finish this movie. I don't care how many people are hating on this movie. And granted, some people have legitimate criticisms, but I feel like for the most part, and I know I'm going to sit there and kind of trigger some people, but this is something that needs to be said. I feel like when it comes towards like the first Captain Marvel and the second one or whatever, I feel like there's some people that do not like the movie because you don't have a straight white male being the lead. Okay? Because in all reality, this is a good the first one was a good movie. And this one is also a good movie. Okay, you got let me tell you what I find so interesting about this movie. And there's a lot of things. What I find so interesting about the movie is that back in the day when the Marvel Studios first came out and you had the TV shows, and you couldn't really get the TV and the movies to actually fully connect, right? Like even in Age of the Shield, you couldn't get Thor, so you got Lady Sif. In um the Netflix stuff, they would sit there and talk about Thor and things of that nature, but it's not like you really saw Thor or Agent Coulson or anything like that. So for the most part, it was always very divided. And this is the first time you got the movie that's connecting with the TV show. I personally like Miss Marvel, and I really do hope that they come out with a second one. Her character was so fun to watch. It was like because she's the fangirl. She's the person that's supposed to kind of represent the normal audience of what it's like to sit there and be a superhero and fight along your favorite superheroes and stuff. So she represents that very well. And that's what I love about this new Marvel era is that you have the movies and the TV shows actually connecting. And so even on that level, it's just so cool to watch. Um, so yeah, all in all, I mean, if you like the first Captain Marvel, then definitely see the second one. It's a no brainer. Um, Now I will sit there and say this much: you don't have to watch Miss Marvel to be like, oh my goodness, I have no idea who she is. but it definitely does help. It kind of reminds me of the Arrowverse, right? It's like, yeah, you didn't need to watch all of them when they did their crossovers, but it made the impact that much more greater because you knew the characters, you knew their comedy, you knew when they were serious. The moments hit a lot more when you watched all the shows. And that's the same thing for the movie and the TV show. It hits much more, especially with the family and stuff like that. It hits much more, especially when you, and I'm repeating myself, when you look at um how it was with Kamala and her mother in the show from the beginning to how it is now in the movie. It's just it translates so well um in the movie. So definitely give it a watch. I think it could have been better, but I also think it could have been worse. So it's definitely worth a watch nonetheless. And if they come out with a part two, which I really do, or a season two, I'm imagining it's going to be a lot better. Imagine it's going to be a lot better. I think that's pretty much all I got to sit there and say about this movie. All in all, definitely watch it. If you enjoyed the first one, watch it. If you like the other Marvel movies, watch it. Yeah, I I was a fan of the first one, so I couldn't really find a lot of faults in this one, except for the stuff that just kind of again bugged the shit out of me. But other than that, good movie. Um, yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna go. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.